Shalom, it's the brother Kalaya coming at you with another sit down. Alright, prior to getting started, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and prayers unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and those that cling to the body. And pretty much, I'm not going to be long with this one because it's straight to the point. But, I just kind of wanted to go into accepting rebuke, knowing when to give rebuke, and ultimately understanding rebuke, okay? Because it's one thing to, accept it, but do you understand it? And it's one thing to understand it because it's going to be a time where, us younger brothers, as we, getting fed by Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and also increasing, it's going to be a time when, we will have to give rebuke to those men that's coming and following after us as well. All right. So this is a prime time, and this is to brothers, all right, younger brothers like myself coming in. All right, pretty much just the schematics of rebuke, man. Okay. Because it will be a time, contrary to popular belief, where we will be, in a spot where the men over us are, all right, as far as your bishops and other older brothers in the camp, all right, we're gonna become those older brothers, all right, in these last times. Okay, you brothers pretty much be hearing older brothers speaking on how a large influx of new brothers are gonna be coming, soon, man. All right. And we have to be ready spiritually, mentally, all right, and physically for when that happens, man. All right. So this is, just a little preparation video for brothers like myself, man. Okay, if they're having trouble receiving rebuke or understanding rebuke. So without any further ado, I want to get it in the law. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 17. And it reads, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and suffer not, and not suffer sin upon him." Okay, so, all right, you may have a brother may trespass you or, unintentionally, rub you wrong, ruffle your feathers a bit. It is your duty to, let that brother know, hey, brother, just ruffle my feathers, or, and we understanding that we are living in the times where this is the worst time that Israel has ever, been in or, experienced. So it's all sorts of things that, this world have put brothers through. Brothers come from different situations, different scenarios, and, we get it. All right, all walks of life, brothers, coming from rough backgrounds. Some brothers is coming from, so-called good backgrounds. I don't know what that means in this society, but, you brothers, should understand what I mean. But, so it's inevitable that brothers, ruffle each other feathers here and there. That's inevitable. Can't be avoided. So when it does happen, you have to go about it in a certain proper protocol, okay? And when you watching older brothers rebuke brothers, and when you're analyzing, the whole situation in a whole, you start to understand, all right, it's not because this brother just wants to tell him, hey, you doing this wrong, or hey, don't do that, Nah, it's more than that. Because ultimately, these brothers are here and they're watching for our souls, okay? Just as the apostles have did for those men, and so on and so forth, all right? It's an ongoing cycle, okay? We check up on each other, and we're basically spiritually keeping each other in check, to prevent what you see out here in the world, all right? That's the reason why you have faggots, okay? That's the reason why you have pedophiles, okay, because they're not being rebuked. That's the reason why you have hoodlums, gangsters, okay, harlots, whores, and the list goes on, man. All right, because this society does not rebuke for wrong actions, okay? So I'll read it again. It says Leviticus 19:17. It says, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." All right, and ultimately, all right, our brothers are those men, okay? And you know, the whole Israel, yeah, they're our brothers, but on this side, all right, our brothers are those people who are following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities, all right, and giving their body as a living sacrifice. You see? Those men who are fighting next to us, who believe on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? It says, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and suffer not sin upon him." You see? Because this is not a thing of, you know, hey, we ain't ratting or, you know, no, this is a thing of, all right, if you see something, you say something, okay? If you see something, you say something. Because ultimately, you know, we're not trying to build friendships. Yeah, friendships may come up along with the journey, but nah, this is a brotherhood, all right? This is more than a earthly brotherhood at that. This is something spiritual. This is holy. This is something separate from what the world has to offer, so it has to be treated differently. Okay, if you go back into, you know, accounts all throughout the scriptures, you know, there was no respects of persons when you started to get into the you know, inner workings of the body, man. All right, it's not supposed to be respects of persons. I will say that. Okay, because if a man is doing wrong, he has to be called out on it, and it has to be changed. It has to be fixed. Okay, this not, you know, this not that, man. Because when you don't say nothing, and hey, I've been you know, a victim of not saying something. I haven't, you know, I'm guilty of that. All right, not victim, but that's what I'm going to say. I'm guilty of not saying something. All, you know, we've all done it, you know, but ultimately understanding what that gets you. Hey, you just know better than, you know, a 2/3 nigga. All right. And if you're not bringing it up to the head brother over you, you know, hey, go to the scriptures, you know, find out accounts or whatever that you may see a brother doing, and you show him, hey, brother, you know, this is, you know, in the scriptures, you know, we're not really supposed to do that. All right. Or it might not even be a fact of not doing something. Hey, we probably got to slow down on this because, you know, such and such may happen. All right. It's just spiritual advice, man. At the end of the day, rebuke is spiritual advice. All right. And it can come from the least of us all the way up to the greatest, like the apostles, man. All right. But I'm not going to harbor too much on this precept. It says, "Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." Because if you don't say nothing, you just as bad as the person committing it. All right, because you witnessed it and you didn't say anything. All right, you didn't say anything. And if you see me keep looking down, I got a couple precepts that I wrote prior, due to the, you know, convenience of I just only have one phone. All right. I'm gonna bring up this Hebrews 13:17 because I mentioned it earlier. Let's get some context on that, you know. Yeah, this is the book of Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 17, and it reads, "Obey them that have rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you." All right, and that's what the men are placed over us for. All right, to watch over our souls. All right, because when you coming in and you still wet behind the ears, all right, you don't know the do's and don'ts. All right, or you not, privy to what's acceptable and what's allowed in the body. Okay, and there's certain things in each church that brothers deal with. Some brothers may deal with one thing that another church don't. All right, it's all to what to the standards of that church, man. All right, every house ain't the same. Okay, so certain rules may apply somewhere that don't apply another place. All right, and these things are to do what? To watch for the souls of the men that are in that house. All right, you have certain demographics, in certain churches or certain areas where something may be allowed, but it's their upbringing was different. Like say, I'm in New Orleans, all right? So this is a carefree zone, basically. The Big Easy, all right? The name, it's an omen, all right? Anything goes here. So, by nature, certain rules that we have here in this house are more strict, all right? And it's not because, the elder here just wants to be, strict or whatever, but he understands and ultimately the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is working through him to be strict, all right? Because it's easy to stray away here, all right? Rather than, maybe a country town or a place that's more laid back, all right? And that's the beauty of it, because he's just telling you something to watch for your soul, man. Or even other brothers, okay? For example, the elder, he'll say such things as Ayakim, try to get inside as early as possible. And I actually have another lesson going into the different things that brothers say, all right, through experience for younger brothers. And I'll get to that, Lord willing, later on today. But, for example, Ayakim, go and get gasoline in an Edomite part of the neighborhood or whatever. Go across town and get gasoline or groceries or things like that, and stay far from Jake. All right, that's not a per se rule or commandment, but it's just something that the brother is saying for the watch over your soul, because he understands what goes down, all right, in those other areas that are outside of the advice that he's given. Okay, so when you going back to the premise of the topic, when you're receiving rebuke, understand that the men before you foresee the path, all right, that a brother is going down, and ultimately most times that path, if not all times, is heading towards destruction if you keep doing, all right, the offense that you're doing. All right. Is there more in that? No, that's it. Or well, it says submit yourselves. Okay, so that's also another thing that brothers have to work on is submitting yourselves unto these different brothers that are over you, man. All right, because you will have somebody over you in this thing of ours. All right, there's a chain of command, there's an order. Okay, when you come into this thing of ours, it's nobody's just freelancing or rogue or whatever. Structure is needed. Okay. So with that being said, some order of rebuke is gonna come to you if it haven't already. All right. Let me see what else I got. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 8. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 8, and it reads, reprove, let me see. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. All right, and That's the spirit you got to be in. All right. Be in the spirit of the wise man who receives rebuke and love you for it, because though it may be harsh, or it may be bitter. That's a better word, bitter, because certain men you can't come harsh to. All right. Their spirits are not created to receive harsh rebuke, because that might turn that man away. But then you have other brothers that are more harder or more tempered, from interactions in the world. You see, so you may be able to come more harsher to that brother, and he may receive it the proper way. You see, it says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Because you basically just telling a man, hey, return back to the law, statutes, and commandments, or the actions that you're doing are not breaking the law, but it can lead into breaking the law, which in turn, hey, you'll destroy yourself, man. All right. And a wise man is going to understand and notice that, like, damn, this man is watching over for my life. He's not just telling me what to do or how to do something, but nah, he's actually, he cares about me. All right. It says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. All right. And it said, give instruction unto a wise man. Only a wise man will get wisdom and become more wise. You see, that's simple mathematics right there. All right, 1 + 1 is 2. Okay, but you can't give a positive thing to a negative person and expect positivity from it. All right, it just doesn't work that way. But I got a couple of them in Proverbs. I'm gonna jump Proverbs 24 and 23. And matter of fact, I want to get this out the way as well, because I also wrote down what is rebuke. Okay, from the online etymology, the word rebuke is a reproof for a fault or wrong. All right, a direct reprimand, a rebuff. All right, and this is that word rebuff as well in the online etymology. It says to make blunt resistance, put off with abrupt denial. Okay, because there's no such thing as a gray area within this ministry. All right, the Lord doesn't deal with gray areas. It's either you're black or white, hot or cold. Okay, either it's true or false. All right, and when you're rebuking a brother, you give him time or whatever to correct the offense or whatever, and that varies to whomever that brother may be, because certain brothers might need a little bit more time or a little bit more experience with understanding why that rebuke is what it is. All right, and others it should be shorter. All right, but nevertheless, that's where discretion comes in. All right, that's where discernment comes in. And these are tools that we should be praying for, daily, man. All right. It says, going back to that rebuff, it says to make blunt resistance, showing that, we not with not even a small pinch of this. All right. You see, we totally opposite. All right. This is the way that we, this is the way that we operate here. All right, at Great Millstone. Okay, under the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, this is how we get down. Okay, because if you not for the Lord, then you for Shaitan. Okay, if you're not for Shaitan, then you for the Lord, and that's just the way it is. It's no, like I said, it's no gray areas with that, and that's how we gotta be. With this truth, man. No respect of persons, and I have that, I believe, But this is the book of Proverbs. I'm gonna jump to 24. What it is, 24 and 23. Yeah, book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 23, and it reads, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respects of persons in judgment. He that said unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, and nations shall abhor him. Yeah, and we're not in the business of that either. Okay, just because a brother is your favorite brother or the elder, all right, whomever, okay, we're all brothers, still in the same. You see, we still, under the banner of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and the house rules are the house rules. Okay. If you're doing something contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments, or something that may cause you to err or sin, definitely say something. And there's ways to doing that, man. All right? It's a proper way to rebuke an elder. You see? It's a proper way to rebuke a younger brother. All right? And if you ain't sure how to do it, hey, seek help, because somebody knows, all right, how to do it according to scripture, man. All right? Let me see, where was I at? Yeah. It says, he that said unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, nations shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. Yeah, and ultimately men respect other men because they have no respects of persons. I know personally I do. I respect a man that basically what this world calls standing on business. All right, I don't really fancy that term too much, but it fits right here. All right, standing on business. All right, because ultimately we doing what? We doing our Father's business. This ministry is our Father's business. It's the same thing Yahushua came down and he was all about his Father's business, and he stood on that. Okay? And that's the same way we have to be. We have to be in like manner. All right, let me see if that was it. Yeah, that's it. I got Proverbs 20 and 30. All right, and this is actually the last precept, but this is I learned this precept early off in a very, very beginning stages of my walk. The brother Kayat, he through Rebuke, he showed me this precept, and it always has stayed with me. This is Proverbs 20 and 30, and it reads, the blueness of a wound cleanseth away evil, so do stripes the inward parts of the belly. And Salakia, I didn't grab that word blueness, man. I wanted to, I looking at it, and I should have got that word. No, Salakia, I do have that word. Salakia. Yep, I wrote it down. All right. And that word blueness is H2250 in the Strongs. Haburah. All right, Haburah. It says the bruise, the stripe, the wound, or the blow. You see? So let's let's take it back to elementary school. Let's replace that word blueness with those words that I wrote down from the Strongs. It says, the bruise of a wound cleanseth away evil. The stripe of a wound cleanseth away evil. The blow of a wound cleanseth away evil. And that's the same way, as we were coming up as young kids in our youth, when you got your ass whooped, got your ass bust or whatever. all right, those blows, okay, those strikes, all right, that chastening, instilled in your mind, all right, hey, I'm not gonna do this no more. This hurts. All right, and usually the more severe the ass whooping was, the more you thought about not doing whatever it was that you were doing. Okay, so when you know a brother rebuke you for action or actions, all right, that you've done, all right, or intend on doing, however it may sit, all right, that's that, you know, that wound, and however severe it is or whatever, it cleanses away evil. You see, so it purges your mind of doing that evil again, because ultimately you don't want to feel that shame of doing, you know, contrary to the scriptures, or contrary to, you know, our walk with Yahweh by Shimmy Awashai. Or at least that's where your mind should be. Okay, your mind should be there. All right, feeling shame because of something that you've done. You see? And that's okay. Shame is all right, man. Because shame ultimately acknowledges the fact that you did something wrong and you want to correct that. All right? Because people that are out here with no shame, all right, for instance, sodomites, they have not shame in that abomination that they're committing. Okay? That's no shame. It's actually the opposite. What is the opposite of shame? Pride, man. You see? So if you don't have shame in breaking one of the law, statutes, and commandments, or going off, then you have pride in doing that abomination. All right? It says, so do stripes the inward parts of the belly, and your mind can be likened unto a belly as well, your la'ab, man. Because what do your la'ab do? What does your brain do? It ingests knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, doctrines. You see, the way you think, the way you act, all right, the things that you do, the people you surround yourself with, all those thoughts are coming from your brain. All right, so when, you know, a brother is rebuked for a certain action, all right, or something that they did, that rebuke acts as that belt. You see, all right. Brothers are supposed to spiritually put belt to ass, okay, and that's what's needed, man. That's what's needed. All right. So you know, Lord willing, the point was made. It's just something that was you know, through the course of events that I have noticed, and I just wanted to make sure brothers understood how necessary rebuke was, man, because sometimes we lose sight of that understanding when you're in the midst of a rebuke, or all right, in certain cases when you're given rebuke. All right, so yeah, I believe that's it, man. Lord willing, the point was made. To whom it may concern. So before I get out of here, I'd like to give all glory, honors, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and those that cling to the body. Shalom.